Well, how y'all doing? Give you guys a quick update video. Starting to get some stuff back in this garage. Got a bunch of stuff out of the Sonoma. Well, pretty much got the Sonoma emptied out. Yeah, more on this later. Starting to get things back in here and trying to figure out where I want to put stuff, and it's kind of a pain, but ended up finding a bunch of parts that I was looking for. Good time to put an engine together is when you're putting everything back. Instead of putting things in shelves and stuff, I can just throw it together. So I threw that 427 together, and it should run really good. I took it out of the S10 and changed up a few things, kind of went a different route, but it still ran good, had great oil pressure. But I was having a problem. You get down, well, not even half track, and then the rest of the way down the racetrack, as soon as you get out of first gear in the second, the oil pressure would dip off, and it would go down to like 15-20 pounds and stay there till you let off the gas. As soon as you let off the gas, it come back up. But it started doing that, and I was thinking, well, it's something's unhappy, or something's not liking that much abuse, or maybe it was pumping all the oil up to the heads. And I didn't do as many oil drain modifications on this block as I should have. I was more concerned on making the crankshaft actually turn. You set it in the block and it just go thunk, and it is a pain building that engine. But it's got an Eagle crank in it, scat rods, real nice forged pistons. Number 5 hole has some pretty big gashes in the cylinder wall. Not super bad, but there's 3 lines in the cylinder wall that you can feel them. I don't know what caused that, but I have a feeling that it was very unhappy what I was doing to it in the S10. So I figured this would be a good engine for the 1-ton. I put Vortec heads back on it. It's got an 8-quart oil pan. On the S10 it only had a 5-quart oil pan. Same oil pan and oil pump that's on that 302. I'm hoping I don't run into the same problem with oil starvation on it. But on this, now I got an 8-quart oil pan, and I got a Moroso high volume, high pressure pump. The bearings look fine, the mains look fine, rods and mains look fine. Cam bearings, didn't check them, don't care. Double roller comp cams timing chains, got a huge comp cam camshaft in it. Threw a new distributor in it. I pulled that carburetor all the way apart and cleaned it. This thing should be a little ripper. 427, it ought to have plenty of torque. The only downside is I won't be able to fly down the highway like I can with them smaller displacement engines, or smaller stroke engines, I should say. I run that, well, the 350 is in it, and that 305 that's in that 1-ton. Now I got 488 gear in that thing, so it screams down the highway. It's only got a 4-speed. So I can run 4,000 RPMs driving 65-ish, somewhere around in there. No problem, the thing don't care. But running 4,000 RPMs non-stop in this motor, it might get hot. But I got 4-corner cooling because they're Vortec heads, and the manifold is drilled for ports in the back. So I'm going to run both them ports in the back together and run through an auxiliary cooler. I'm also going to put an oil cooler on it. I'm going to try to make this thing not overheat. That ton truck's got a 4-quart triple pass radiator in it, so it should be alright. It's twice the radiator I had, which is this radiator that was in the S10. That's just a Corvette style radiator. It's not very big, so I got twice the radiator, plus I'm doing auxiliary cooling, plus an oil cooler. Should be fine. But as for the shop, welders ain't hooked up yet. I got the furnace going. The insulation's awesome. I don't care what the weather's doing outside, it's the same temperature in here, and the furnace don't run very often at all, to the point where I'm thinking about just leaving it on all the time, because it takes it about 30 minutes to catch up. It'll kick on and off, and once it catches up, it don't turn on like ever. It's pretty ridiculous how efficient it is. Maybe once every 20-30 minutes it'll kick on for 2 or 3 minutes, and then it just shuts right back off. It's pretty daggone comfortable out here. The battery's getting ready to run dead on this GoPro, but everything's starting to get back to normal-ish. I haven't got the loft I haven't got all my speakers back up here yet. I haven't got this really the way I want it yet, but it's getting there. I don't know why the computer keeps shutting itself off. I need to tell that thing not to go to sleep. It goes to sleep and quits playing music, and it irritates me. And I gotta walk all the way up here and turn the music back on. What I did though is I gotta get a USB extension cable or build one, and I mounted a monitor down here, and I'm running it duplicate as the upstairs monitor. So I got a monitor down here, and I'm gonna put a mouse and a keyboard down here somewhere to probably make a little shelf I can set on, and then I can pull it down and have full computer access down here without walking upstairs. That way when YouTube asks, "Are you still listening?" every other song it plays in the middle of a good part of the song, "Are you still listening?" You know, yes, I'm still listening. I can click the button and I don't have to walk upstairs to do it. But anyway, I'll make a video on this thing running or something as soon as I get it done. I got to pull the fuel pump off that 355, and pretty sure all I need off that's the, I think the fuel pump's all I need off of this. Oh, and I got to take the starter off of it, so I have to pull it out of there. But starter and fuel pump, put that on there and get that thing ready to rip. But anyway, y'all have a good one, and I will see you in the next video.